If you're swimming in the sea, there's a chance you'll be faced with waves, which can be pretty daunting actually.
Yeah, so we've come here to the Wave, an artificial wave in Bristol, to show you some techniques for swimming out through waves.
Brilliant. Well, I'll just ask them to dial it up a little bit. We'll get going. Cool.
Dial it up. Mark, they're pretty big already, mate.
Now you can be forgiven for thinking that to get through waves like these requires lots of hard work and strength, and for that reason we quite often see people ploughing through them with their heads down and ultimately getting knocked back by each wave, which must be incredibly stressful, but it needn't be like that.
No, it's actually far easier and crucially faster to take a more controlled and relaxed approach. Allow me to explain a little bit. So when you're standing here looking at those waves, it's quite easy to see how big they are and how far apart they are. But once you're in the water, everything happens a lot more quickly, and often those waves are already on top of you before you've even seen them.
Yeah, you probably guessed what's coming here, but the key to this is sighting, and therefore knowing where the waves are and when they're going to hit. And then rather than ploughing through the wave, it requires a nice well-timed and shallow duck dive under the wave.
Now this actually requires you to pause your stroke and glide under that wave, which seems counterintuitive when you're trying to get out there as quickly as possible. But trust us, it is actually quicker. So, should we hop in the water and show them?
Woohoo!
Let's go.
So as you start swimming out towards the waves, I'd recommend you sight every couple of strokes. As I've said, you're moving towards the waves, they're moving towards you, and everything happens very quickly, and you don't want to miss it. Now for the fun bit. As the wave is about 1 to 2 seconds away from hitting you, you want to start the duck dive. This should be an arch shape down and under the wave by about 2 to 3 foot before popping up on the other side of the wave, therefore avoiding the majority of the water turbulence. So let's talk through this step by step. On your last stroke before the wave, you should take a good breath. Then with your recovering arm that will have been coming around over the water, you should plunge that down deeper into the water, along with dipping your head. This should force your body down and under the water. Now if you need to, you can also push your bum up a little to help with dropping the head and body down as you start the duck dive.
Okay, so now you should be arching down underneath the wave, and make sure you keep your arm outstretched in front of you with your other arm by your side, basically like a Superman position, with your body following the track of your hand and your arm. Now importantly, make sure you keep trickling your breath out whilst underneath the water like you would when you're normally swimming, and that will help keep you nice and relaxed and also ready to take a good breath when you resurface.
During the underwater phase, make sure to keep your head tucked in until you want to start arching back up to the surface. Your body will go wherever you move your head and or your leading arm. So you can lift these up a little as you want to resurface on the other side of the wave. When you do break the water on the other side of the wave, you should begin to sight straight away, looking for how soon the next wave is going to be, and then repeat the process.
Now I guess the big question is, when should you dive under the waves, given that not all waves are the same size?
Yeah, good question. Obviously, not all waves warrant the need to duck dive under them. Smaller waves you can swim straight over or straight through. As a general rule of thumb, if the wave is going to start cresting and curling over the top, that's when you need to be duck diving under it.
Yeah, now some of the middle ground kind of waves may look quite scary but may not break over, and that may take a bit of trial and error getting used to. Even some large waves won't break over and you can quite easily swim through them, whilst others may feel like they throw you right off up into the air. So basically, more practice, the more in tune with this you'll become, and you'll be able to spot the difference as those waves are approaching.
Yeah, as we've already said, a lot of this comes down to sighting and being able to see which wave is coming and how you should best deal with it. So if you want some more tips on open water swimming and open water sighting, check out our channel for those other videos.
Yeah, and if you'd like to catch more videos and make sure you don't miss any more, make sure you subscribe to GTN. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. God, pretty rad day, man.
Cowabunga, dude.